All right, you guys, we're ready to begin. Everybody's here already. Let's see how many people we got here. We've got a total of 47 people. Not bad, not bad. Glad to see you guys here. It is Monday, January 4th, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I am here based out of Los Angeles, California. As you guys may or may not know, my name is Charlie, aka Charkiebot. I've been trading for roughly now, oh my God, how old am I? 15 years, I believe. Doing options trading maybe for the last 2 or 3 years, and I've been on Discord for about a year and a half now. As far as my own, personal trading, I tend not to trade as much anymore. Most of my work is based off of coaching and guiding people like yourselves, people that are looking to grow and to advance more. You guys are all entrepreneurs. You're all, people that like to advance. So my goal is to help you out. Everybody can hear me, right? I'm not talking to myself. Let me know in the chat to make sure you guys can hear me. So if you've taken the class with me, with Mafara, with Cardiff before, you have a general understanding of how stocks work, okay? You know what technical analysis is, you know about price and volume and all that stuff, okay? Thank you, 10X, for recording. So what I'm going to be discussing today is one of the most powerful indicators of all. You guys know that I rely a lot on technical analysis, right? I rarely use moving averages. I barely even look at volume. I strictly rely on the technicals, okay? Those of you who have taken courses with me know that we have a guideline that we go through. We start off with Elliott wave. We talked about resistance and support, and then we go into things like specific indicators that we use for trading and how we use those to trade specifically options right now, given the volatility. The Ichimoku Clouds is an indicator that I avoid teaching early on. And the reason why I avoid teaching this one is because it is a little complicated when you look at it. So right now, what you guys are seeing, this is strictly the Ichimoku Cloud indicator. So if I remove it, there's a chart, okay? So there's the indicator, there's the chart. There's a lot going on, okay? So are you guys not hearing me? Or is there a lot of people not hearing me? You guys gotta check your sound. Check your sound settings. All right, thank you, Ghost. Thank you, Clark, for helping those people out. All right, so I'm going to be going through each of these lines that you see in front of you, and then we're going to be discussing what the strategies are for using them. Okay. So remember, when I teach you guys, I tend not to worry too much about the history or the background of the indicator. I focus more on how do you read it, and then how do you apply it? Because that's really what matters, right? You want to know when to enter, when to exit, and what should I be buying? Those are your three main questions. What do I buy? When do I buy it? And when do I sell it? So the Ichimoku Clouds can help you do all three, okay? Really giving you a base of support and resistances, as well as buy and sell signals, okay? So let's go through this, okay? So this first one that I have shouldn't be full. We're at 58 out of 99. You guys should be able to enter public streams. Okay. So the first one that we're going to be looking at is called the Chiku span, or the lagging span, okay? This black line that I have here is the lagging span, okay? So basically what this indicator does is it takes the plot of the highs and lows of each day, or each unit, right? Because we're on a daily chart right now. And it plots it 26 periods prior, okay? So it shows you where the price was 26 days ago and where it's at now. And it gives you a reference on where the current price stands as it did in the past. So this black line is the lagging span. Okay. All right. The next one is the Kijun, okay, or the baseline. That's this red line up here. Okay. You'll see it's more like a maroon color on my screen. Now that is a 26 period high and 26 period low median, meaning it's a moving average of the last 26 days. Okay. Next one is the Tenkan-san, or the conversion line. Okay. Oh wow, we maxed out. All right, sorry guys, looks like we sold out. Well, then I post it. All right. So the Tenkan-san is a 9-period day. Okay, same thing. The high and the low divided by 2, and that's seen here in the blue. Okay. The blue line is also a 9-day moving average, very much like the conversion line. Okay, so we have the Kijun and the Tenkan-san, and those two work together. Again, I'm just going to give you a description now, and then we'll go into how to use it later on. All right, the next one here is the Senku span A. Okay, it's span A. That's this green line here. Okay, it makes the top or the bottom of the cloud, and the span B, which is this red line, makes the bottom of the cloud. Okay, so these clouds here, these two lines, they form this cloud, and there's two variations. There's a green cloud, and then there's a red cloud. Right? So here are the 5 things again, repeating. We have a, oh, so you guys can hear me, but you can't see me? Okay. So let me do that then. Oh, there you go. Ghost got you guys. Okay, thank you, Ghost, for that. All right, so just like we were talking about before, so this black line that is through the chart is the lagging span. The red and the blue line are the conversion line and the baseline, or the Tenkan-sen and the Kijun-sen. And then this cloud is formed of 2 lines, the Senku span A, which is the green line, and then the Senku span B, which is the blue line. Okay, so again, we have 5 things going on here: the lagging span, the conversion and the baseline, and then the span A and the span B that form the cloud. Okay, so now that you know what you're looking at, how do we trade it? Okay, and how do we use it to our advantage? All right, so I'm going to be going over the 5 different strategies, and then we'll discuss how to apply them, and maybe we can do some back testing. Okay, so the first one we have is a trend confirmation. Okay, so let me paste this here. All right, let me make it smaller here. So strategy 1 is a trend confirmation when the price is above the above, you buy calls, or below, if you buy puts, of the Kumo cloud. Okay, so this is the cloud here in red and the green. All right, when the price is above the cloud, then the trend is confirmed being bullish. If the price, like it was here on February 26th, is below the cloud, the trend is confirmed to be bearish. Okay, so let me repeat that. So strategy 1 is a trend confirmation. Okay, so if you're not sure whether to hold your calls or to hold your puts or buy or sell put, you look at the cloud and you see, where do we stand in relation to the cloud? The best place to enter a trade is when we break above that cloud. Okay, and the best place to enter a put is when it breaks below that cloud. Okay, so here's a few examples here. So here we see on let me get my marker here. Here we see on April 26th, we see a break. We see a break of the cloud here. And only once did it come back and test that cloud. Okay, but it didn't break it. It didn't test it. So look at how far this thing went up before it broke into the cloud. Okay, that's a move from 284 all the way up to 327. Okay, a beautiful confirmation there. Same thing here recently, and actually called this play when we first went private a couple of weeks ago. Here on right after Halloween, you see here we had a break of that cloud right here. Since then, it has not even touched this area here on the cloud. It's been a beautiful bull run upward. Okay, so we back tested 2 trades there, right? Break of this cloud, bullish confirmation all the way up. Break of this cloud here, bullish confirmation all the way up. Okay, does everybody understand that? Is that pretty straightforward? Let me know in the chat if you want me to repeat that or if I wasn't clear. Okay, again, this is used for trend confirmation. Okay, so if you want to know whether you should be entering a trade or not, the first question is: are you above the cloud or are you below the cloud? Okay, pretty straightforward. Yeah, thank you, Tigak. So for a trend, yeah, for a trend confirmation, exactly, yes, right. The next one here. Strategy 2. Sorry guys, I'm having to copy and paste this, so it looks a little messy here. So strategy 2 is that uptrend is strengthened when span A, or the green line, is rising above the red line. Okay, so that means in this cloud, the move is going to be strong when the green line is rising above the red line. The green line is rising above the red line, sorry. So for instance, here we had a confirmation, right, of our entry. But look at down here how the span A is still below the red line. We didn't get a crossover until over here, okay? But remember, with Ichimoku clouds, the Kumo cloud can forecast into the future, okay? It can forecast. Let's look at the time frame here. So here we are today. It's giving us a time frame 26 days in the future, okay? So it's telling us in the future what it may be. So let's say we were here on April 24th, okay? Right? We get a break of this cloud here. We want to know, is this trend going to continue? Or are we going to bounce off of that as a resistance and bounce back down? Well, let's take a look at what the cloud told us 26 days ahead. So here we are on the let's do the 27th here. 26 days ahead is right here. So on this day, on April 24th, we were able to see that on June 3rd, the span A was starting to move up, decreasing the size of the cloud, meaning that we were going to get a twist very soon. And if we extend this out, 31 days later, we got the twist. That's a confirmation of the move. Okay, again, let me repeat that. The cloud forecasts 26 periods ahead of the actual time frame, price of the stock today. Okay, so if your cloud is growing, that move is stronger. Okay, so right now SPY still has a lot of strength. Okay, that strength is decreasing, but it still has a lot of strength. The strength is largest when the span A, the green line, is moving upward. Okay, so here is span A. See how it breaks here and continues to rise until right around here. Then we have a little bit of a flat area here, and then it rises more. And then finally, we have a downtrend here. Okay, this whole area here of this rise is a confirmation of an uptrend. And that gives you this whole move here. Okay? All right. So so the same thing goes for puts. Remember, everything here works conversely, inversely, sorry. So if the one rule applies for calls, then the opposite applies for puts. Now let's take a look at that here. And again, I'm using SPY because everybody should be trading SPY right now and watching SPY. Let me delete all this stuff just so we can see all this. All right, so let's move back here. So could we have seen this drop in SPY, right? Was there an indication back in February that would have told us, hey, a SPY dump is coming, okay? So we could say that right here on the 24th of February or 25th of February, that was our confirmation of the downtrend, right? We broke into the cloud and we broke below it with this big, huge green candles. Again, guys, look at the candle sizes when you do this stuff, right? These big fat red candles or green candles, those are confirmation as well. Let's look at on that day what the cloud was projecting. So we go to here, we take our date, range, time frame, and let's extend 26 days out. And look, exactly 26 days, you guys, there was a Kumo twist. There was a cloud twist. That was your confirmation that it was going to be put season. Okay? So there it is. There's strategy number 2. Breaking below the cloud, as well as the twist, and with the leading span moving downward for the puts. Okay, so again, let's read that again. Uptrend is strengthened when span A, the green line, rises above span B, red line. This creates a green Kumo cloud, okay, or what we call Kumo twist when it changes. The opposite would be true for the downtrend. The red line dropping above the green line creates a red cloud. So we saw it here, right? They both moved together, but then the red line was over it and it stayed over it, right? All right, guys, strategy number 3. Text here. Strategy number 3 is one of the simplest ones to understand, and that is the lagging span. Okay? For you guys. All right. Strategy number 3. The lagging span is above the price, that's bullish, or if it's below, then it's bearish. Crossing of the lagging span into the price will signal a reversal trend. Okay, so let's see here. You guys see this black line? That's the lagging span. So as long as the black line remains above the price, we can assume that the trend is bullish. Okay. Additionally, if the lagging span is above the cloud, then we have an even stronger indication. So let's look at where we're at right now. So here's the lagging span, right? It's getting very close to the price. Okay. Does that mean that there's a reversal coming? Maybe. How strong is that reversal going to be? We don't know. We won't know until this black line, this lagging span, breaks through the price. Well, let's see what happened prior to it breaking. Okay. So again, this is 26 days prior, right? So here is the lagging span when it broke on this red candle on August 11th. Let's forecast 26 days ahead. Okay. 26 days ahead is this green candle here. So on this date, the lagging span crossed over. Well, look what happened. We went from 340 all the way down to 320. A $20 drop in about 5 days. Okay? So that was an indication there of the reversal coming in for these puts. All right? So that one's pretty straightforward. Strategy 3, the lagging span. All right, strategy 4. We organize these here. Again, you guys ask me in the chat if I'm going too fast or if I'm confusing you. I really need you guys to understand these well so that you can start applying them. And that way, when I'm talking about it in the chat, you understand it and you're able to follow the trades that we post. All right, let's go to strategy 4 here. Copy paste. All right. Jedi clouds. Use the Force, right? Can't believe Mandalorian's over. Anyway, all right. So here is strategy 4. So strategy 4 is probably the best strategy when it comes to confirmation of trend reversals. Okay. So strategy 4 is when the conversion line, this blue line, breaks above the baseline, is a confirmation move. And the same is opposite for puts. Okay. So what does that mean? Let's take a look closer here. Let's take a recent example. So here are the red and blue lines. I think I can actually hide these so we can see it. Yeah, here we go. Let me see just the conversion line and no, actually I need the cloud. All right. So here's the conversion lines, these red and blue lines. Okay. So this blue line is a short time frame, which is a 9-day moving average. The red line is a 26-day. Okay. When you have a crossover, there's 4 plays basically that you can make. Okay. So here we see a crossover, right? Red was above blue, they joined together, and then boom, there was a break. Okay. That is a bullish confirmation. But with the Ichimoku clouds, there are weak and there are strong indications. Okay. So let's continue down here, reading this. If this occurs below the cloud, the signal is weak. If this occurs above the cloud, the signal is strong. So when the crossover happens, we have to pay attention to when the break is happening. Okay. So here on November 11th, right, on Veterans Day, we got a break of the conversion line above the conversion line above the baseline. It also occurred above the cloud. That's a strong indication, okay, a strong reversal indicator. So from here, from 351, we've been basically all the way up to 375, about a $30-$40 move on SPY, which is roughly around 12-13%. A great confirmation move there. Okay, let's look at some examples of some. So that's a strong confirmation. Okay, let's see if I can find any weak bullish confirmations. Let's see if there was one down here. Okay, so here's one here, even though it ended up being a strong one here. So here, we got the same thing. We got the conversion line breaking above the baseline here, but it happened below the cloud. See here, the red cloud? It happened below it. So this is a weak confirmation, okay? So it still went up, but it traded in this range for a while. See that? YG, I'll explain the twist right now. This is the last one that I talk about. Okay, so that would be a weak bullish confirmation, right? So now let's look to see if we find any put confirmations and whether, not put confirmations, but bearish confirmations and whether they're weak or strong. So let's see if we have any crossovers on this side. So we do have one here, and you'll see that at 3:36 on October 29th. But this is what I'm talking about, you guys. You see how the crossover happened above the cloud? That was a weak confirmation. So the trend only lasted 3 days and it bounced right back up. Same thing here, right? Right here on September 14th, we got a bearish confirmation, right? It dropped, but immediately bounced back up because that confirmation was a weak confirmation. We have another one here, a bullish confirmation, but it occurs inside of the cloud, which is a big, big no-no. Okay, so that move was only 4 days bullish and then it dropped back down. Again, we're looking for strong confirmations. We can also play weak ones, but we're looking for strong ones. Okay, now this specific strategy is what I talked about this morning, and I really apologize, you guys. I really should have posted this play up. This is my first full day back trading. I wasn't able to really give you guys what I wanted to give you guys, but we did do some pretty good scalps today on eBay. What else did we enter on Snap? I think we did one on UVXY. Basically 3-4 out of the 5 were winners today, 20, 30, 40% returns today. But this would have been a huge one, okay? And this is why, okay? So you see this conversion line moving upward, right? But notice here, since the 21st of December, it's been flat. See that blue line? You see how it's flat? It's no longer moving up. And the red baseline is moving upward toward that blue line. This indicates that there might be a twist coming. So not a twist, a crossover, okay? Meaning that this line, right, this blue line, if it stays here, moving forward, then we're gonna get this red line crossing over, and then you'll start to see the blue line move down while the red line starts moving down on the conversion line. So I should probably draw this in red. Okay, let me draw this in color so you guys can make sense of this. Okay, that's what I see happening in the near future. I didn't think it would be happening, this soon, but I guess, the stock gods have decided it'd be. This is a very bearish candle. This is also called an engulfing bearish candle, where the red candle swallows up the previous green candle. So again, another bearish confirmation, but this is a weak confirmation. Why? Because it's occurring above a green cloud. So that's a weak move, which means it's not going to move down. GV says, can you combine with other indicators of movement such as Elias? Of course. That's where you guys develop your strategy. Now, Ichimoku Clouds, you can use by itself. You can literally just use that by itself and have no issues. But it should be paired up with things like RSI, Elliott Wave, MACD, and other indicators. But this indicator, to me, is supreme over all the other indicators. Above Williams Alligator, above TTM Squeeze, above CCI, everything that I use, this is the one that really gets things going. Okay, guys? All right, so again, just to repeat, when you get a blue line, conversion line, crossing above a red line, a baseline, that's a bullish confirmation, okay? A bullish trend reversal entry point there. If it happens above the cloud, it's a strong move. If it happens below the cloud, it's a weak move. If it happens in the cloud, don't trade it. The opposite is true for puts or for shorts. If the red line crosses above the blue line, it's a bearish confirmation. If it happens above the cloud, it's a weak confirmation. Remember, downside. If it crosses, let me see over here, back in February, if it crosses below the clouds, then that is a strong bearish confirmation. All right, any questions on that so far, you guys? Pretty straightforward. Am I explaining it well? This is only my second class back since I was sick. And I'm just trying to get my feedback onto this world. Let me put this chart back up so you can see the last thing. All right, so that is the fourth strategy. Let's go into the last one, which is one of my favorites just because I like saying it. Suiko, do not trade it when it's in the cloud. That's one of the rules of the Ichimoku Clouds. If your price is in the cloud, do not trade it. Do not buy, do not sell, do not trade. Just don't touch it. Yeah. All right. So let's look at strategy 5, which is this one, the Kumo Twist. All right. So again, this is being recorded, you guys. So if you can only hear me, 10X is going to be helping with posting this video up later. We're already on 30 minutes already, so I do want to wrap up in a little bit. All right, strategy 5, the Kumo Twist. This is a trend reversal that can be confirmed when there is a Kumo Twist. This occurs when the leading span lines cross and result in a cloud changing colors. This is also an area of weakness in the price and can often break the clouds at these spots. So that means that when you see the cloud changing colors, That requires a span A to cross over span B or the opposite. That is what we call a Kumo twist, okay? So here's a twist here, here's a twist here, here's a twist here, and here's a twist. Okay, so there was 4 twists. Notice here that we didn't have a twist for a long, long time, right? Here was our twist here back in June 8th. And that was a confirmation of the move. Here it is. So this whole span, we didn't have a twist, all right? The Kumo twist can tell you when the strength of that move is over, okay? So remember, the cloud is forecasted 26 periods ahead of time. So these span Bs are support and resistances for our ticker, meaning that if you are looking for an area of resistance support, that span A or span B can work. Notice here on September, this green line basically followed the path of this in the chart, the ticker, the entire way through. It would not break the zone of this cloud. It didn't break until, look, let me zoom in a little closer here for you guys. It didn't break until the crossover or the Kumo twist of this cloud. See that? So again, this is one of the really great things about the Kumo twist that I like to see. The fatter or the thicker that the cloud is, the stronger it is. So it trying to break this this cloud here, it rejects it. It won't allow it to break in here. It waited until it thinned out, and that's where the break happened. Okay? Thick cloud. Hey, what's up, NSBS? Glad to see you at a normal time. So that is strategy 5. Okay? All right, so let's go back. Let me see what happens if I remove all drawings. No, I don't want to do that. All right, let's zoom back out here. And let's look at SPY as a whole again. So let's look at our strategies. Okay, we're going to read over these for you guys. All right, so strategy 1, trend confirmation when the price of the stock is above the cloud. Okay, so if it's above the cloud, we're bullish. If it's below the cloud, we're bearish. If we are in the cloud, you do not trade it. Okay, for the life of me, do not trade a ticker that's in the cloud. Strategy number 2, the uptrend is strengthened when span A is rising above span B. Okay, that means this green line, when you see it moving upward, that means that the move that you're currently in is strong. Okay, when it's flat, it's going to be lower. Okay, and same thing with the put side. If the span B, the red line is moving downward above the green line, the span A, the trend is more bearish. The trend is strengthened. Okay, because remember, guys, we're looking for entry and exit points, support and resistances, and momentum or strength. Strategy number 3 is the lagging span is above above the price. So this black line, as long as it remains above the price, then we are in a confirmed bullish momentum. If it drops below or crosses through the price, then we confirm a bearish momentum. Okay. Strategy 4, the conversion line or the blue line breaks above the baseline, the red line, like we did here on November 11th, right? Confirmation of that move there. If it happens above the cloud, it's a stronger indication. If it happens below the cloud, it's a weaker confirmation. Now that's the blue line crossing over the red line, or the conversion line over the baseline. The opposite is true for puts. If the red line crosses over the blue line above the cloud, it's a weak confirmation. If it crosses below the clouds, it's a strong confirmation. Okay. And finally, the last one, which is my favorite, which is the Kumo twist. Okay, so this is a trend reversal. So if you want to know, is this move over? Should I be getting out of it? If you see a Kumo twist coming, or if you see the lines between span A and span B decreasing, that is an indication. Okay, so notice here that after it broke through here, it broke back into it during a thin part of this line, not through the thick part of the cloud. Okay. All right. So as far as time frame, I see Grace, you asking, recommend using this method with shorter increments. Any indicator that you use loses its value or strength the shorter you get. Okay. So the longer time periods, the stronger that indicator is, the shorter, the weaker it is. So yes, you can use it on an hourly chart. You could even use it on a 15 or 5-minute chart. But how reliable is it going to be? Well, it's going to be as reliable as the previous or the higher time frame. So if right now, for instance, I'm telling you that SPY might dip a little bit, not too much though, because the span A is flattening out, the span B is flattening out. If you go to a shorter time frame, you should be looking for puts. So you should be looking for bearish confirmations. You shouldn't be looking for bullish confirmations because the daily chart is in a bullish trend still, but with slowing, it's slowing down basically. Okay, so let's take that as an example, right? Let's take SPY. Let's look at a 1-hour chart. Okay, so again, let's take a look at what happens today. Okay, so did anybody see these three what do you call it, black crows, right? 3 black crows, dark cloud cover, but that's right, 3 black crows. Did anybody see this today? Anybody jump on SPY puts today? The answer is no, because none of you guys did. I would have seen you post your success, right? But let's look at what the Ichimoku Clouds told us, right? So let's take this candle here. Let's look at the time frame, 26 periods ahead of time, and look at what we have right here on the 27th bar. Sorry, the 28th bar, 28th, 29th bar. We got a Kumo Twist. Okay. Not only that, but here, a couple of days before, let's take a look at this. You see right there on the 31st at, what was that? 1 o'clock my time, end of market close. No, that's not one. I don't know what time that is. Anyway, you got a bearish confirmation, but it was a weak confirmation. Okay, so we're still kind of in this area. So right now, I'm not trading SPY on the hourly chart. It's in the cloud. I'm not touching it. Okay, let's go back to the daily. So I discussed with you guys. Some tickers that I was watching that were of importance. One of them, I believe, was NIO. NEO, right? All right, you guys. So who's holding NEO right now? Who's holding NEO? Tell me you are. Not you. Of course, NSBS. You only scalp, bro. You took profits. Good job. You had a 200% trade, right? I'm telling you guys right now, there was no reason to sell today. Absolutely no reason. All right. So let's look at NIO and look at all the indicators. So let's look at our first strategy. Strategy number 1: trend confirmation when the price is above the clouds. So here, look at how beautifully it touched the clouds, you guys. Look, I'm gonna yell at the screen. Look at how it touched the cloud and immediately bounced back up. Trend confirmation 1. Okay. Strategy 2: the uptrend is strengthened when span A, green line, is above span B, rising. So here, it's been moving basically sideways for a couple of days, right? But look at recently, it's starting to rise as span B is flattening out. Another bullish confirmation. Strategy 2: the lagging span is above the price. Well, where is the lagging span at right now? It's barely gonna cross. See that, guys? You see this black line? It's about to cross here. So if tomorrow we end up somewhere on the $55 range, that means the lagging span is going to be here. Oops, let me change that color. Let's change that color to black. So we can extend this, move out. Okay. If the price moves up, that's what the lagging span will do. Okay. There's a confirmation crossing over the price, right? Strategy 4: conversion line, the blue line, breaks above the baseline, the red line. Look at what we have here. We have a break of the conversion line. Okay, and where did it happen? Above the cloud. That's 4 out of 4, you guys, confirmations of bullish trend, bullish entry on positions. And lastly, number 5, which is the Kumo Twist. Okay, so for this one, we do not have a Kumo Twist, and that's fine because we've been on a bullish move upward. But 4 out of 5 ain't bad. All right, you guys. That's the Ichimoku Clouds. What do you guys think? Love it? Gonna use it tomorrow? I hope so. Mocha Cloud. No Mocha. Ichimoku. All right, let's look at a couple of random tickers. So go ahead in the chat and send me some random tickers, and I will show you guys what the Ichimoku Cloud tells me about those tickers. Please do not send me penny stocks. All right, let's look at AAL for OOP, Mr. Fried chicken over there. AAL, okay, American Airlines. All right, so what do we see here? So trend number 1, the price is above the clouds, okay, but it's starting to decrease. You see that? So here is the support. Here is the support for the drawing tools are not cooperating. Here was the support for American Airlines. It dropped below that. So that's a bearish confirmation there. The uptrend is strengthened when span A is increasing. Span A is flat, it's going down, downside. Strategy 3, the lagging span is above the price or below the price. It's about to break through. Here it is. Number 4, the conversion line crosses above the baseline. The baseline has crossed above the conversion line, but it happened above the cloud, so it's a weak bearish confirmation. Okay, and the last one is the Kumo Twist. We may get a Kumo Twist here if this continues on, right? Something like that. So I would be bearish on, I'm going to draw you a bear up here. I would be bearish on it's my bear on AAL. Okay, so that's just one example there. All right, let me look at my members here. Plug for Trojan 94. Let's look at plug. Okay, so let's look at our strategy. So 1, it's above the cloud, so that's bullish. The span A is increasing, so that's also bullish. The lagging span is still above the price, even though it's kind of trending downward. You see that downward trend. Conversion line is well above and moving above the red line, so that's bullish. And there's no Kumo Twist inside. So I would be safe with calls or buying stock right now for plug. What I would look at is this area here as being support. So somewhere between around 28 to right here around $29, $30. So anywhere within here, I think is the floor for it. So entry any point between here is fine. This would be my stop loss there. Okay. Let me see here. All right, house train. Why would you do Tesla on me? Why? All right, we'll do Tesla. Big surprise, right? So strategy number 1, price is above the cloud, confirmed. The trend is moving upward, confirmed. The lagging span is above the price, confirmed. Conversion line, all right, so the only issue here is that the conversion line is starting to, the baseline is starting to creep up on the conversion line, okay? So that might be just a little bit of a concern coming up. Not yet, I would say maybe 5-6 days into the future. But if this starts doing this, and this crosses over, you might get a little bit of a pullback on Tesla. Enough for me to sell? I would say absolutely not. Okay. And strategy 5, Kumo Twist. There's no Kumo Twist. We're still moving upward. The chart is fine. That's not Mickey Mouse. That was a bear. We always have spammers, Nostra. Everybody wants to spam on us. All right, who else we got here? T God says FSR. Is that Fisker? Yeah, Fisker. Let's look at Fisker. Okay. All right. So here's a really good example of the Kumo Twist. Okay. You see how where are you at? T God, are you there? You listening to me right now? I want to make sure you're listening, otherwise I'm gonna move to somebody else. All right. So notice here. Look at how thick this cloud was, and look at how thick the cloud is here. This gives this weak area here a great place for this to break through to the downside. Okay. But the good thing is that this floor of the span B is going to be a good support. So this will probably break down here, come back up and test this until we get a twist here. Once we get a twist here, that'll open up another avenue for this to break up and then move back upward. Okay, but short time frame, I would say no, I would not be in on calls. But let me delete all these lines here. But what I want you to watch for tomorrow is for it to ride this line. So it's very likely that this is going to happen. It's going to ride this upward, or it's going to break right back down. So is this triangle? Oh my god. This is how long it's been since I haven't traded. Where's Clark? Clark, is it a strangle when we want price to move exponentially outward or downward? Or is it a strangle? So I would buy a strangle here. I don't think that the price stays in this zone. I think it's going to move rocket right up, or escalator down. Okay. Thank you, Clark, for clarifying that. All right, got a couple more minutes here, guys. Let me see a few more here. Boltman says INO, Inovio. So let's take a look at it here. INO. All right, so same thing here. I don't see much upside here. I had a good day today, which is good. There is this breaking point here, which could lead to it crossing here, right? Again, use other indicators as well. If you can see more upside of span, of the conversion line. So this blue line, if this blue line starts to move upward, while this red line conversion line starts moving downward, so this starts moving up, right? And then you get the red line starting to move down here. That might lead to a break, but I would not be entering Inovio unless it can break, I would say $10. If it breaks $10, then I might be in. We're not going to talk about QS. QS is dead, it died. It's in another world. Rory says Uber. Okay, let's look at Uber. All right, so this is one of the reasons why I started to enter Uber. Here you had a conversion line crossover, but again, it occurred above the clouds. So there's still a lot of support. What may happen is that it may dip into the high 40s and then bounce back up. Probably by the end of the month. You do have the lagging span about to break here. So if there is a follow through down day tomorrow into around $50, then I would be considering puts on Uber and exiting those plays that we have made. Easy does it. Bidu. The Bidu looks great. You have it over the cloud. You have the lagging span well above it. You have a crossover here that was confirmed and has been rocketing up. You do have span A that's kind of starting to curl up. So that would be something to watch over, maybe a few days of sideways trading. But I would not be exiting. I would still continue to stay in there. Yeah, MZ200K. I do have the strategies. I'm going to be posting them for the members only. at the end of today's training. All right, last one I'm going to do for today is BBY for NSBS. They have earnings on the 7th, so that's going to be interesting. But I'll say Best Buy, but Bed Bath and Beyond. So again, chart doesn't look great, right? It's below the cloud. That's bearish. The lagging span is below the price and below the clouds, but you do have a Kumo Twist here. Okay, so that might be an area where we watch price break. You do have a pretty scary doji candle here off of price action, but this could very well move up and break into it. And if it does, I mean, earnings are right here on the 7th. That might be a perfect place for it to happen. But if I didn't have earnings, I wouldn't touch it at all. No. All right, guys, that's it. So thank you guys for joining us. Those of you guys that are members, I appreciate you guys' support. Thank you for allowing us to do this. Again, you guys have been here for a month already and have resubscribed. Thank you so much. If you're not a member, please consider joining us. We do this stuff on a daily. We talk about this all day. I am an open book. I am not one of those trainers or stock twits or Twitter people that will charge you hundreds of dollars and just post random plays and hope that you hit. I really invest my time and my mind and my energy, my soul to teach you guys to make sure that you're, you reach your financial independence and you reach all of your goals that you have. You guys have families, you've got school, you've got bills to pay. I want to help you take care of all that stuff. Okay, but it's not important to me how much money we make. To me, it's more important how much you guys develop, how much you learn, so you can trade on your own, right? I want to see you guys' charts. So continue to do that. Let me see here. If you are a, give me one quick second, you guys. Where am I over here? If you are not subscribed, you guys, really consider it right now. You have a 5-day trial. There's no risk. Literally, if we don't make you money in 5 days, then don't come back. That's basically it. These classes, again, are free for members. They get this every single day. I'm on pretty much all day, even in the middle of the night. We've got NSBS that's on up in the middle of the night too. All of our analysts are really great, very thoughtful, and very supportive. So make sure you guys consider that. And we'll be back, hopefully, what's today, Monday? We'll probably be back on Wednesday for a group meeting. Other than that, thank you guys for your time, and we will see you back here in a couple of days, and we'll be back here tomorrow to trade. Any questions, feel free to DM me, ask me any questions, and look forward to growing with you guys. Good luck, and we'll see you guys on another day. Bye-bye.